Afternoon adventures. That's right. You know what time it is. It's 1 o'clock. That means that it's Friday and it's time for John's Dungeon Corner here at the Collective in Altamont Springs, Florida. Oh, yeah, where things are heating up because today is pre-RPG day. Pre because it will not be till tomorrow. Tomorrow is the big day. National, worldwide, universal, multiverse RPG day. That's right. And it's going to be awesome here. Hey, Hannah, welcome to the show. Hey, good to see you. I'm going to tell you, tomorrow's going to be big. And it's going to be big in so many different ways. Whew, I don't even know where to begin. Okay, so here we go. Let's start with this. There's going to be a bunch of different RPGs being displayed, played, demoed. I mean, hey, good stuff going on tomorrow. That's just the start of it, though. 10 o'clock, the doors open. As you come in, anybody who participates and comes in just the RPG day will get free. Listen to me again. Free. Let me say it again. Free stuff. And as some of this that you see here on the table right over here, and more that I'm going to show you is going to be free. Donna! I love it. Yes. It's going to be awesome. So, I don't even know where to begin. Like I said, I mean, there's so much good stuff going on. Hey, let's talk about a couple things real quick, right? So let's get this out of the way, and then we're going to jump into RPG day and just go. All right, so first things first, whole new line of miniatures are coming. And not that there aren't enough miniatures out there, right? On the showroom, but a whole new line of bones is coming in with undead, townsfolk, lizard folk, warriors, all kinds of cool stuff. And if you're not familiar with the bones, this is the Bones Dark Dungeon Dwellers collection. So here's a female wraith. Okay, really nice. I'll just show you a couple. This is pretty neat. A fire dragon hatchling. Okay, nice, right? I like it. They're really nice. Let's see. What's another one that looks really cool? The lizard man I talked about. Oh, here we go. Here go the vampire bloodlords. Bones Dungeon Dwellers. So another line coming in, okay, to give you even more choices for your D&D miniatures or Pathfinder or whatever RPG game you may play. Just miniatures. Hey, Christina and Sarah are here. Wow, so we're getting a bunch of people in. Okay, so we're talking about RPG Day, but first, let me finish the miniatures. Got a nice Pathfinder miniature. Came in a Flame Drake. Looks really cool. It's primed and ready to paint right out the box. Now, here's the funny part. I'm showing all this, right? Well, I'll tell you in just a second. Hey, Antonio, I know you're not on the show, but if you go back and watch this, there is a Starfinder deep cut fig that just came in that you're going to love. And all you Starfinder sci-fi folks are going to love. There it is. It's still in the box. There it is right there. Happy Friday. Yes. It's called the Hugbot Incapacitors. Okay, there's two of them. I don't ask. But all this time, you can tell this was not even out of the wrapping yet. I mean, Brendan kind of let me go into the box and just kind of dig in there. You got to see this other one. This is really cool, too. A couple of them, actually. So, a couple of new mummies. These are really neat. A couple of new mummies coming out. Okay. This one looks really neat. This is a lizard. What do you call it? A lizard folk render. That is a big mamma jamma. Look at that boy. Whoop! Rocking it. Hey, welcome to the show, Willie. Yeah, Willie's driving. He always puts us on to watch. So I'm showing you all this, and you can see they're not even out of the bags yet. Can't take them out of the bags yet. You know why? Because they're not available yet. These will go up on the shelves next week. All these miniatures that I just showed you will go up on the board. This is like a little pre-release. Look at the cool stuff. Look, can't have it, but look, there it is. I know it's horrible. It's horrible what they do. I can't have one either. I was all about the lizard. Oh, I wanted that lizard. That is just too cool because it goes with something that I'm doing. But gotta wait. And I'm sure Antonio will want the bots, but gotta wait. That's half the fun. All right, so now I showed you some of the cool new stuff that's come out. So next, let's talk about tomorrow. But nice t-shirt, right? Yes, it's my Dice Goblin shirt. And yeah, in honor of my Dice Goblin shirt, I brought my dice. Because what's a Dice Goblin without at least 400 or 500 dice? Right? You should see these suckers spread out. We played for Father's Day at the house, and I had them all spread out on the table, on my quarter of the table. I'll tell you about that some other time. My quarter of the table, and it looks simply amazing. Oh yeah, and there goes my nice big purple one. Always on a 20, because that's how we roll. We Dice Goblins. That's right. Now, so okay, let's talk about tomorrow. But first, you know what? Let's bring out. She just happened to stop by. She's in the area. It's a Friday. I was talking to her. She was asking about tomorrow. And look who's here. Say hi to Donna.
Hi,
That's
Donna.
right. She's here. Hi, Donna. Have a seat. Good grief. I don't even know what to do about you sometimes. But hey, so she just poked her head, and I'm like, hey, hello, come on in. She always gets me going because she always says hi.
Mm-hmm.
I welcome her to the show, and then she pops her head in there. I'm like, okay, fine, come on down. So all you DMs, if you happen to pop your head in, be expected to just kind of, hey, come on down. So tomorrow is a big day. Let me get this, and then we'll talk about tomorrow. But I told you about all the free giveaways. So when you come in that front door, you can take 3 free RPG game things with you. Now look at this. This is what I have displayed, right? So over here we got Avatar, The Legends. Nice role-playing game. It's the Movers and Shakers Quick Start booklet. I mean, that's pretty nice, right? For free. And then I grabbed, for some of you who remember these, Dungeon Crawl Classics. Okay, this is an adventure called Piercing the Demon's Eye. The 2023 free day RPG day module. Look at that. By Daniel Bishop. And it's all the info's in there on how to run it. And then, look, it's not just D&D. It's RPG Day. So this is called A Taste of the Moon, Vampire the Masquerade. An RPG.
For you vampire nerds.
For all the vampires. And then, now here's a classic. I actually played the card game when it came out, and I played the RPG game. This is Adventures in Rokugan, which is actually a Legend of the Five Rings scenario. Legend of the Five Rings is a card game, and it's also an RPG. Amazing. I've always loved that. The artwork was beautiful. And then, back here, look at all this cool stuff back here. Look at this. So we got level 1. Tell them about level 1 real quick.
Indie RPG scene is a diverse, fascinating, vibrant part of the TTRPG community. Ninth Level Games has again brought together a few choice games from the world of indie RPGs for free.
Indies!
2023. Some of the games inside are silly and some are serious. Some can be played solo and others are meant for a table. Some use dice and one even uses a dreidel.
Okay, we're gonna let that say. Okay, well, I don't even know about no dreidels, but what is a dreidel? We're gonna have to look that one up. All right, so
I don't know what a dreidel is.
Starfinder, sci-fi game. Losing Face, Swords of the Serpentine by Pilgrim Press, the PP people. Losing Face. So that's a cool one there. All right. Root.
That one's so cute.
All right, well, tell them. Since you think that one's cute,
yeah.
tell them about that one then.
So war has returned to the woodland. The Marquise de Cat led her armies to victory over...
The Marquise what?
De Cat?
De Cat?
De
The Marquise de Cat. Okay.
Marquise de Cat led her armies to victory over many of the clearings, but the Eerie dynasties rise again to oppose her, and the mice, rabbits, and foxes of the woodland do not sit idly by. The Woodland Alliance emerges, a homegrown rebellion to free the woodland from any oppressors.
All right. That's kind of cool. Root. That's actually pretty. Let's look at this. Is a quick start.
Mm-hmm.
So this kind of gives you an idea. Look at that. It's a lot of animals out there, forest animals.
They have the box.
And swords.
over
They
there.
got
We
a box set out there too. Look at that. Permanent Residence.
Right.
Liliana the Arbiter. Okay. Another one of the games that are going to be out there.
We'll try it.
All right.
Somebody tell me
Dragon
how we
Bane.
play
This looks like a
games.
pretty cool game, a free league. It looks like it's a
Dreidel,
whole
Dreidel. Rena knows.
my free league.
Rena knows what a dreidel
Dreidel,
is.
Dreidel. What is a dreidel?
It's like the game that they play in Jerusalem. A lot of Jewish people have it, and it's like 4 sides, and it's like you spin it, and then I don't know the rules other than that.
All right, well there you go. At least we know what it is. That's all that matters.
That's it.
All right, so this is pretty neat. This is another RPG game that's going to be available, Dragon Bane. Okay, and then of course, look at this. This is the second edition. A Few Flowers More, a Pathfinder RPG adventure, and of course, Flower Power. Nothing wrong with that. It sounds cool
that
too. Look at that.
Ooh.
Oh, that's nice. That's the inside cover. Look at that. Huh? You can get one of the, and now the cool thing is you can get this for free. Look, the whole adventure's in here.
And I love Pathfinder.
That looks like a gnome. That looks like a gnome with a huge scythe wearing armored boots, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
And he's a red cap. Now, for some of you who have watched Goblin Slayer, you know what a red cap, or Overlord, you'll know what a red cap is. But they're usually goblins. That's a gnome. Kind of cool. And of course, now here is something that Antonio and I have been looking for. Cobra Confusion it's a G.I. Joe role-playing game with the Transformers. Look at that.
Can be
So for
messy.
all you Transformer and G.I. Joe folks, there it is. This is the Cobra Confusion. Not sure what it's about, but it sure does look cool. Now there goes a classic Jeeps with people driving around, shooting things out of the Jeep. You know, try that for real, and it's hilarious to see. But this is pretty cool.
For real?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be fine. People
Oh, and then of course there's the Baroness.
Ooh.
Of course, she's on the front cover also with a Transformer. Trying to see where the Transformers come in. Oh, of course.
There you go.
Ah. Swindle, the
Well, don't
Decepticon.
spoil
Look
it
at
for
that.
everyone.
Oh, I'm just showing you. I'm just kind of showing you some of the pictures. You know, I love the artwork. You know, guys, everybody knows this. Artwork, and more artwork. So listen, that's just some. That's like the tip of the iceberg. What's over there? Grab that over there. Let's see what's over there.
What else?
I mean, it's awesome. Brendan's been great. He made sure he got
Oh,
all this.
another animal one.
Oh, another animal one, huh?
Adventures.
Animal Adventures. Look at that.
RIC Apocalypse Meow. Get it? Apocalypse Meow. Free RPG.
Oh boy. All right.
Journey to the Heart of Barkness.
Of Barkness. Okay. So
You
all
love
these.
it.
So look, any three of these, and there's more actually, but we're not going to bring them all out because gotta leave something for us to
There's
surprise. But
boxes of them.
3, yeah, there's boxes of them. So once they're gone, and first come, first
I
serve.
need the Heart of Barkness. That
Huh?
one, I'm taking that one home tomorrow.
Are you the Heart of Barkness?
Absolutely.
Well, there you
Do
have
you
it.
even know me? Have we met?
Do I know
course
you
I'm
was
taking that
Barkness?
one.
I'm telling you. I don't know. If I had to choose 3, I'd probably, of course, the D&D, the Dungeon Crawl,
Mhm.
maybe definitely the Legend of the Five Rings and Transformers. Although there's some good ones in here. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, they're all good. They're all cool. So you definitely got to get them. So now, all right, now we've gone over that. I'm telling you, RPG Day is gonna be a blast. If you're not here, you done lost out on a lot of things, including free. It doesn't get better than free unless somebody pays you to take it. And when does that happen, right? Unless you're hauling off junk for somebody. That's it. All right. So free. Just remember that free. 3 for free. 3 for free.
And all you got to do is show up.
Show up. I mean,
Give
just
us a
not
high five. You get 3. of
3
these guys.
for free. That's the day. That's the slogan for the day. 3 for free. 3 for free. 3 for free. 3 for free. Anyway, okay. The show's going crazy. All right. So let's talk
Why?
about tomorrow. Now for the second half of tomorrow, which is RPG Day. Well, now tomorrow is the day where you can come in and play so many different types of RPGs. Some of these will be up, some of the ones that we've been talking about, some that we haven't talked about. I'm sure the Power Rangers will be here. It's just all kinds of
Mighty
stuff.
Morphin Power Rangers.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Antonio sat down Tuesday for a game of that. So they're actually playing it here.
Mhm.
But I think there's going to be a demo of it tomorrow. And that's the actual RPG. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Of course, there's going to be Pathfinder probably, Battletech. Because Battletech does have an RPG side to it also. It's called Mech Warrior. But we'll let the guys talk about that tomorrow. All right? What I'm going to tell you is that tomorrow is the Battle Royale, the Dungeons and Dragons Battle Royale. Here's what I'm going to tell you. And I've told everybody. The Duke sent his daughter and his chief minister out on a fact finding. He just wanted to see how the duchy was doing before he reported it to the king. Right? Because that's what dukes do. He sent them out with a small armed escort. And what was supposed to happen is the barons were supposed to send an armed escort because they were supposed to come around and meet back at the duchy, at the capital. And they were supposed to have their discussions.
And
Well,
tragedy struck.
And then tragedy. So after seeing picking up the last baron and, of course, their escort, the goblins attacked. The goblin noise attacked. Because it wasn't just the goblins. Can't just point the finger at the goblins. You could, but you wouldn't be right. The goblins attacked and captured his daughter. Well, needless to say, the Duke was a little hot under the collar. And when I mean under the collar, I mean so hot that this is the pronunciation. This is what he pronounced. He said, you either go and get my daughter back or all of you are going to lose your heads. It doesn't get any better than that, right? He entrusted the life of his daughter and chief minister to all these to the 4 barons of the land, plus his escort, and now everybody's like,
And we done lost her. Dang it.
uh-oh. Now, what the cool thing tomorrow is 4 dungeon masters, 1 overseer. Donna will be there. Antonio will be dungeon mastering. Andy, who has been out here on Wednesdays running games and ran last year with me, will be out here running. And so will
Elliot.
Elliot. There was originally more people, but Elliot. Those are the 4. Elliot, which you always also runs games here on Wednesdays. Every Wednesday, he's got a big group. In fact, so 4 showcased dungeon masters running the game individually, different groups. Then, for those who survive, the first act will then come in for the second act. And then finally, we'll get to the third act. And this will go quickly because you're acting individually as adventuring groups until you get to the third act, the final act. And then, well, I guess if you survive, you'll know what that third act really is. But until then, I'll leave you in limbo.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And in case you're wondering what I'm going to do, I'm the overseer. I'll be walking around making sure everything is running. And in case I am the character wrangler. Yes. I'm sorry. And Sarah will sit there and be the character wrangler. You will go to her to get your character and the miniature.
Ooh.
All the characters have already been pre-made. All of them have matching miniatures as best as possible.
Nice.
And finally, the best part is you have from about 40 plus characters to choose from. I'm not going to say every imaginable class because that would take
That'd
forever.
be nuts.
But there are about 40 different characters. Fighters, rangers, barbarians, bards, warlocks, wizards, sorcerers, monks. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody has to get through Sarah first. She is the door. She is the gatekeeper. So the way it'll work is, and I'll reiterate this tomorrow. Oh, actually, let me tell you a little bit. The collective opens at 10. At 10:30, we will sit there and start registration, not reservations. Actually, people have already registered. Those of you who have already reserved your spots, I've contacted you, and you've got your spots. All right. Regardless, if you get here a little later, that's okay. You've got your spots. Mm-hmm. Those are set in stone. The rest of you, first come, first serve. Now, you'll register, which means you'll get your character, you'll get your figurine, you'll be assigned a dungeon master who you will be calling and talking with. We'll have a little once things get rolling at 12 o'clock is when we're actually going to kick off. and start the adventure. If everything goes well, by 3 o'clock, 3:30, you should be done.
And figures have to be returned.
And all figures got to be returned
No
to the
keep-
dungeon master at the
no
table.
keepsies.
Yes, you don't get to keep these.
Yeah.
You keep the character sheets and all that goes with it, but you can't keep the figures. Those will be turned in back to the dungeon master at the end of the campaign. Now, here's the cool thing: there are going to be treats that you can get, but I'm not going to spoil that. That'll be told to you tomorrow. But yes, you can actually power up your character because it's RPG day, and we got a cool little witch. You can power up your character, but that'll be told to you tomorrow when you get here, and it'll only be available to the people who are ready by 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock, 11:30. 11:30. You'll have, because here's the thing, gang. You want to get here as early as you can because you get to choose your character.
But what
Right.
if we run
Well,
out?
Hannah, I have you down already. You're right. I did not send you.
Hannah and James.
Yes, Hannah and James, your spots are locked in. You're set. Yes, and all you got to go see is the character wrangler. Yeah, I've got about 8 people who are locked in already. So we'll see how they partner up or if they're going to bring the rest of their parties. But those 8 people are set. So that means that one entire party is already done and a little bit more. The most that I'm going to allow per party group is 7. And that's only if you have a friend, if it's an actual party built. If you're just popping in, the most is going to be 6 because we're going to get through this. That's why I have 4. That's 24 players, 40 plus characters to choose from. All races, all classes, all just intermingled. There's some really cool combinations. You're like, what? But that we thought would be really cool. And here's the thing, they're all pre-made. But I did do you a favor. I maxed out all your hit points. I took the random number that they assigned you, whited it out, and maxed it out. That way when you go, I won't feel bad.
It's on you at that point.
It's on you. Don't I always tell my players that? I always max out their character, their hit points.
Absolutely.
And then
It's no fun if you don't.
exactly.
Then they die too easy, and you're just like,
No, we don't want easy.
Reroll.
The goblins want to pound on you. I mean, the goblins want there to entertain you. What did I say? You let me see that. All right.
Ridiculous.
So
Don't worry
yeah,
about it.
right. Okay. So there's that. So I'm not going to tell you what the power ups are going to be because that would spoil the fun.
Mhm.
But as you register, the cool thing is more power ups will be available to you. And no, there won't be level power ups, gang. There'll be other things. So anyway, all right. So enough of that.
And the first person in the door gets a crisp high five from me.
High five from the Dungeon Master Don. And there's a treat about you'll see it tomorrow. The Dungeon Masters and the Wrangler and the Overseer are all. It's going to be a fun day, fun atmosphere, good stuff going on.
Yes.
Now, so since you're here, you went and got this stuff. I wanted to talk about the newest world because somebody was asking me about that. I'm glad you kind of came because somebody had asked, well, I never heard of this one. So John has been working hard on all the character builds. Yes, it'll be a lot of fun. Character Warden. There you go. I like that. I like that. Character Warden. That's your title for tomorrow. Make up a little sign. In fact, we'll take one of the little signs here and put Character Warden on it. Pow!
We'll get
That's
you
right.
a hi, my name is Character Warden.
That's a bit much. Okay. So, and we were talking, and I know we mentioned some worlds, a lot of different worlds and things. So today we're going to talk, since you're here, we're going to talk about Taldora a little bit. That's the Critical Role world. Okay. It does have a history. And I'll let you talk a little bit about first, let me talk about this here.
Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
that one.
So she wants, now see what you did. Now she wants a sparkly name tag.
A sparkly. I'll
A
do
spark-
my best.
Oh boy, here we
I'll
go.
pull out my 1990 Bedazzler and see what I can do.
We're gonna go back, way back.
Way
Sound like a DJ now. We're gonna go back, way back. All right. So this is the new box set of Epic Encounters. Hey, look, it's Danny. There's
Willie?
there's
No
one of our
Willie?
producers. No, Willie's on there. He just
Willie!
can't talk. He's driving,
Oh,
so he's
always
listening to us.
He's always, well, hi Willie, we miss you.
Yeah, but that's all right. He'll be down here soon enough. I'm trying to get him down here.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it has. So this is the Steep of the Lizard tribe. The Thane, excuse me, the Lizard Thane. Comes, with the miniatures. It comes with how many miniatures are in here? 18 miniatures. 18 miniatures. a board and the booklet, and all, it's just amazing. These are
A
really
nice
cool.
map.
And yes,
Double-sided
Tony
map.
already bought this one. Yeah, see, between us, we have them all. I don't
Mhm.
think there's one we're missing,
Yeah.
including the big ones. Really cool. So, all right. So now I'm gonna let you talk about that a little bit because this is the world that she mentioned in
Last week.
2 weeks ago.
Last week.
Was it last week?
I think it was.
Okay, maybe it was last week or a week
No,
before.
I have doubts.
And we don't know. We just gotta keep going.
Yeah.
You know, we just gotta keep up with the flow. So
Caldore.
here we go.
So this is by Matt Mercer and Abria Iyengar had her hands on this. Hannah Rose James J. Heck, I think.
Sure.
I don't know.
Sounds
I
good.
don't remember. But this is Critical Role and all their adventures. It doesn't go through all their adventures. It just sets up the world for you. It has some really neat characters.
So it has a
in there.
chronology,
Right.
chronological order of some type, time
Right.
frame.
World history, and also like all the cities and their information and their gods and their bad guys.
But the villains.
all of it. The
villains.
villains. Those guys.
So
yeah.
basically,
The
this
bad guys.
if you've ever had any of these products, hashtag the
Collectors
collectors of the collective, Antonio.
And one of
Look
these,
in the map. You know I love them maps. That's a
is
pretty map.
Tal'Dorei.
That is Tal'Dorei. So this is compatible. So if any of you have ever gotten the Forgotten Realms, the Sword Coast, any of those, it has basically it'll tell you, okay, this is the timeline of what's happened. These are the gods of the Forgotten Realms. These are the gods of the Greyhawk. These are the gods of Eberron. These are the gods, so each one has all that mythology.
Mhm.
And what else? It has the villains, the main villains, main
Yeah.
cities, right? Main
Yeah.
cities and
all the
states,
cities,
countries.
Every city is in here that is on the Tal'Dorei continent. It doesn't cover the entire world because I think there's like 3 continents total.
3 or 4, yeah.
It just focuses on the one, which helps a lot because then you're not everywhere.
Right.
Your campaign would be just like massive and confusing, and it would be hard as a DM to keep up with every single city. So I honestly didn't even know about this until I started this campaign, and then I was just jumping around and reading and taking notes on this book as much as I could, and at this point it's like I've gone through the majority of the book. There's honestly a lot that I didn't even read about because I don't think we're gonna have to worry about some of the really small cities, and some of the history is not gonna be super relevant. So this still has just been an amazing reference throughout my campaign. I love having the map. I love having stats in the back to make things easier.
Oh yeah, that's that you ain't gonna tell you
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, you don't get to see those.
Here's one more thing. Now you've heard it. This is the newest world. All the world books, and I call them campaign settings,
Mhm.
that come out are just like that. They'll have unique creatures in them. They'll have the unique villains. One of the things that she said is really important that people have asked. Once again, you don't have to use everything that's in here.
Mhm.
You use what you need, and the rest is there in reference because what if you want to start a different campaign in the same world, but somewhere else? You'll have that information there. And maybe a town isn't important this time around because, one, they're not in the South. They're playing in the North. But what if they do shift down to the South? It's there for your reference. You don't have to go looking everywhere. It's in one spot, which is really, let me tell you, it's really nice to have because the political climate,
Mhm.
and she'll have an idea as a dungeon master and the game master of that world in her campaign. If you do something here, how will it affect this over here? And because things, believe it or not, are interactive in the world. Just because you go and wholesale slaughter an entire city in the North doesn't mean that your name won't get around to the South.
Right.
And so when you go down to the South, a lot of things can happen, and you're like, whoa, time out. Why is this happening? Well, remember that city you looted and burned in the North?
Right.
We're waiting for you, suckers.
Right, exactly. Like they'll have each other's backs, and you can just kind of make it up. I don't think anyone would be like too strict on any of that stuff. But yeah, there are some like pretty intricate relationships between cities, between races, and if you're
Show them this picture.
oh yeah,
Show them this one
one.
here. This is pretty cool. Some of these, and of course, me and
Beautiful
artwork.
art.
Artwork is amazing in there. Flip through there and see what else is in there.
Absolutely
See,
gorgeous.
flip through a couple of the pictures because that's important. All these books, yeah, go up to the front and show them. Some of these books, a lot of the books, it's about artwork for me. I love seeing some of the artwork, and it's nice to explain to characters, hey, look, this is what this looks like, whatever that may be at the point that you're showing, because there's a lot of pictures in there. There's some really big pictures, full page pictures that you can show, So this adventuring group before you went out, or, that picture right there could be an adventure in and of itself, because you're sent out to help a group and you can't find them, and then you hear the sounds of battle, and ta-da! Look at that.
A dragon.
Yeah, a dragon.
Whatever that is.
Yeah, here's a dragon. But see, so there you go. So that's kind of what I was talking about when the pictures, they're not just pictures, they're great storytelling aids. You can use it for so many. I've done that. I've just said, yeah, here are the people you're supposed to meet. Oh, cities. Which city is that?
So this is Iman. This is the biggest city in Taldore.
Okay.
And I really like that all of the really big cities have maps in this book. So that makes it really
kind of helps you out because it's got the important places too, right?
Right. So you can just say, yeah, you went, south to the residential area, north to the market area, and then you're not just kind of like, yeah, you just go there. If you want to be a little bit more detailed about like how they're traveling around, you can be. And if not, like
you're in the south of the city. Okay, what shop were you looking for? There you go.
Yeah.
Or you can get elaborate. You can elaborate. I mean, that's the neat thing about your party. You can pretty much let the party do its thing, right?
Yeah.
Take you where they will.
For sure.
But I would don't take them somewhere and not know what's going on. And that's going to happen because you may not have been prepared for something. I'm not saying you're always going to be perfectly prepared.
And there's nothing wrong with pausing the game for 10, 12 minutes so you can catch up and take a minute to let the, wheels turn and all that. And then, get things going again once you figure out where you're headed.
Yeah, there you go. So
I
you gotta
can't
go
get
one
it
of those
off.
cleaner things. So, all right. So you've seen a lot today. We're going to kind of make this easy because I still got to go home and finish up a few things for tomorrow. But I'm glad to say that the 40-plus characters, all their spells. And here's the neat thing. I will give you this. When you come in to play the game, if you have any kind of spell casting ability at all, every single spell that is in your book or that you've memorized that is available to you, I have actually put it out in a spell book form so you have the explanation of every spell. You don't have to go into any card. You don't have to look in any book. It's all right there in front of you. All right? So that took a little bit of work because that's not the easiest thing to do. But anyway, it's done for you, especially you wizards, sorcerers, bards, clerics, druids who have a plethora of spells. Yes. And all of them were chosen at random by the generator. I found this really cool. It's called Fast Character. It's a generator that you can use to create characters. And that's what I did. About 40 plus of them.
It can be as fast as you want, but still doing 40 of them is going to take forever.
And actually, it's more than 40 because there's, let's see, 8. That's 36. Actually, there's closer to probably like 60 characters.
Jeez.
I think that, yeah, because just in the first 4 groups, there's 36. 8, 32, and then 8, 40. So actually, there's probably closer to 50 to 60 characters to choose from. You'll see it tomorrow because they'll all be spread out on the table with a miniature on them. You're going to go, wow. So there you go. Other than that, wow, kind of a wrap up. I'm kind of looking forward. This is the first time we actually do something like this.
Yeah.
Actually, it's the first time I've done anything like this. Last year, you played in the one last year.
I played in it, yeah.
Yeah, last year we played in one and they attacked. You guys defended a farm that was under attack by the goblins, which was kind of like a prelude to this, right? Some of you guys did really well against them. Some of you guys not so well.
We did okay.
And some people did okay. They held their own. There you go.
We weren't like crazy successful or anything.
Right.
But it was a lot of fun.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And you guys, and now we did that one in like 2 hours. I think we did that in 2 hours. There was 19 players. There were 19 players, 4 game masters, and it went by really quick. It went by. They got like 15 turns in 2 hours. So I think if we do, I think this will probably take about 3.5 hours. So it's gonna be like running because you got DMs for 5 or 6, and I think there's gonna be one group that has 7. I told them it was okay as long as they come as a group. But the cutoff is 6 per group. Okay, 24 players at one time.
Yeah.
and then we'll go from there. Listen,
We'll see you
one
tomorrow.
last thing. If you want to come in and for some reason you just want to spectate, that's okay. If you want to just get in there and run a couple of goblins, that's okay too, because the more hands that the DMs have, I'll give each person an assistant if someone wants to come in and help them.
Yeah, I need an assistant.
And there you go. All right? So that's about it. But look, free stuff. I mean, I can here. Hold some of this. Oh my God. Look at that.
Just throw that
Oh,
anywhere.
There's so much stuff here. Oh, grab that one. Look at that. All this free. 3 of them. Free. Oh, I can't stress it enough. Free. 3 for free. 3 for free. Anyway.
Come play this with me.
There you go.
I want to
Now, I can tell you that Antonio and I will probably be playing that sometime tomorrow.
Yeah.
Maybe not right away, but afterwards. Because this goes all day tomorrow. So anyway, and when you come by, say thanks to Brendan, who has made this madness possible here at the Collective in Altamont. So,
say thank you to John for
oh yes,
all
you're
his hard
welcome. And
work.
now listen, it's not my fault if the goblins overcome you.
Yeah.
It's not my fault. I'm just a dice goblin, as you can see. Dice goblin. One of the cool shirts that I got for Father's Day. All right. As always, may the roll rise up to meet your feet, and may all your adventures be successful. This is John with
Donna.
wishing you a great day. We'll see you tomorrow here at the Collective. Don't be left out. Take care. Thanks for joining us.